My dear listeners, welcome to the program of Street Political Interview, which brings to you directly from MPH Radio. We will discuss or talk about the current situation in Nigeria. For example, security issue. Before we go ahead, we like to know your name first.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salim Mukhtar.
Okay. So you can go ahead.
If you look back in time from Erdogan's administration to Jonathan to current administration, there has been a progressive proliferation in terms of criminality in Nigeria. And if you look at the situation, most of this criminality are emanating from rural areas, which reflect the fact that most of our villages, or rather our villages, are living, or rather are dwelling in the pool of illiteracy. So to panacea this problem, government should venture into education by halting all capital projects, building roads, bridges, infrastructure should be halted, and all this money should be ventured into education. This education, not only Western education, but also Islamic education. One of the tools used to deceive these people is illiteracy. So these people being illiterate, they become susceptible to being radicalized and deceived using imported Islamic ideologies. So the basic solution to it, as I mentioned earlier, is to venture into education.
Okay. Mr. President have said that victory cannot be achieved by basing the command and control center in Abuja. The command center will be relocated to Maiduguri and remain until Boko Haram is completely subdued. So now people are complaining that Boko Haram is not completely subdued. So what is the problem?
So as I said, actually shifting senior officers to Maiduguri until Boko Haram is defeated is quite unrealistic. Why? Because this terrorist group have continued to attack, kill, displace people from their communities, and this is happening every day. So what I think should be done, government should recruit more officers. They should halt, as I said, capital projects in building bridges, in building roads, but rather spend this money in recruiting more military personnel, send them into these forests and villages. And then with time, if we can do this over a long period of time, I think the security challenges can be contained.
Okay. So after that, we have issue of kidnapping in Nigeria. So what causes this?
Well, as I said, most of the criminal activities are emanating from the villages, ranging from Boko Haram to kidnappings to bandits activities. All this, as I mentioned earlier, the epicenter lies as these people being illiterate. Being illiterate makes them prone to become radicalized by many people around them. So the solution still lies basically education. Government should fund their money not into infrastructure, but rather into human capital development. So build these people through education, and then with time, we're going to have a realistic solution.
So, okay, is it the responsibility of government to educate them?
Yeah, it's a responsibility of government to educate their citizens, their populace. Is basically a fundamental right for every citizen of this country to be educated. So it's the responsibility of the government, not only government, other stakeholders like religious organization. I will make reference to Jamaatul Izalatul Bid'ah wa Iqamatus Sunnah. They should first unite and then go into these villages and then teach these people the true concept of Islam, because most of them, they don't know anything about Islam. They don't pray, they don't fast. Most of them cannot even recite Fatiha. You can see the level of illiteracy really in these people.
So as a result of that illiteracy, that is why they are kidnapping people.
No, not that they are kidnapping people. Because they are illiterate, they don't understand so many things. They can easily be deceived. Whatever you tell them, they accept it because they don't know the actual teachings of Islam. I hope you get it.
Yeah.
Secondly, the economic policies have to be reviewed. Government have to produce a viable economic policies that will definitely reduce hardship among the populace, which will go also a long way in reducing these criminal activities. Because a hungry man is always an angry man.
Okay, so my last question is, how can we tackle or resolve the insecurity in Nigeria?
I have mentioned earlier, we should shift from roads, bridges, infrastructure building to human capital development. Build the human beings. Let me give you an example. If you have 100 million, don't spend that 100 million in building houses, or rather buying cars to your children. Spend this 100 million, just 10 million, spend 10 million on your children. The children become developed. When they are developed, they will build a house of maybe even 500 million house for you. And if you leave them underdeveloped without education, even if you build 100 million house for them, at the end of the day, they could not even pay even water bills. At the end of the day, they will end up selling the house. So the most important thing, the scaffolding force to build any nation is education. So government should fund most of their money into education, recruit competent teachers, and then with time, in the next 20, 30 years, we'll be heading in the positive direction.
Okay, thank you, sir. Our dear listeners, we come to an end of our program, Street Political Interview. Stay tuned to our next topic in this program. I, Umar Abdullahi from MPH Radio. Bisalam.